is more of a lack of humor in American life. It's more compartmentalized, as you find in Germany. I do think that is true, at least in relation to Britain and Australia, which is strange because the same groups that settled the U.S. settled Australia. I'd also, New Zealand. But Canada is also similar to the U.S. That humor is very compartmentalized. Actually, there it's much less humorous than it is in the U.S. People are much more serious. Even if you wouldn't say they're grim, but they tend to be more serious and less up for laughs. I don't know if this is because of German influence, even though there's quite a bit of it in the U.S. In the plains, in the Midwest, where a lot of Germans moved to, and also in Pennsylvania. But I think that maybe it was just because people have such hard lives here traditionally that they didn't have time for humor, or maybe it's up north, like in Boston, it's like a puritanical thing where they certainly weren't humorous, the Puritans. But whatever the case, there is in American life certainly a uh, a lack of having a good time, which finds its way onto the left and the right. Like look at wokeism, which even though its roots go out of the U.S., it is rather a distinctively American development or United Statesian development, I should say. There's nothing to do with, say, Latin America or the Caribbean, but it has a humorless quality that's very similar to, say, the religious right, what it used to promote in America. And so there is this bizarre, dour
Yeah, I think people have a need for excitement. That if people don't have a normal level of healthy human connection, then they're probably going to substitute excitement. I mean, that's my story. I did not grow up a happy kid, and so I would seize on various things to get excited about. And so I've been a perennial enthusiast throughout my life. I'm always getting enthusiastic about some new thing. I'm a bit of an intellectual gigolo. I fall in love with every beautiful idea that comes along, but ultimately stay loyal to none. So as a kid, I got very excited about becoming a Christian missionary. Then I got very excited about American politics. And then I got very excited about professional sports. Then I got very excited about becoming a journalist. Then, I keep getting excited about things. But once I get connected with other people, my need for excitement goes down. So if you're not connected with others and you've got a need for excitement, then despair can be exciting. And so if your life's not working, you're going to be very tempted to put, way too much emphasis on something else, be sports or gaming or politics. And then when sports, gaming, or politics does not go your way, you're going to drag. So when you meet someone who's depressed because his team lost a game, you're not dealing with a healthy person, right? That's someone who's obviously contains an unwanted self. They don't like themselves. They don't like their life. They don't like what they've built. So as much as possible, they try to escape from who they are and try to dissolve themselves in the identity of their team. So some people do this with sports, other people do it with gaming, other people do it with creating online personalities, other people do it by dissolving themselves into pornography, and other people do it with politics. So Donald Trump created enormous energy among people who both loved him and hated him. People for whom the reality is the enemy to be debunked. What type of people do you get when you have the attitude that reality is the enemy to be debunked? You get miserable, alienated, lonely people who are disconnected from others. If you start building genuine bonds with other people, you're not going to go around in a funk because the election didn't go your way.